and I was born a healthy boy. And probably when I was 2 or 3, my mom had to take me to the doctor. I guess, I don't remember, but I had a UTI. And that's when they discovered that I had one functioning kidney. So pretty crazy from an early on age. It was kind of something that I knew about, that I knew was there. But for much of my life until, I don't know, 10-ish years ago. So I'm 37 now. So up until my late 20s, all my doctors were like, you're going to be fine. Like many people can live with one kidney their entire life. And you're going to be great. You're going to be doing just fine. But about 10 years ago, the tune started shifting. And I had doctors saying, hey, you're probably going to need a transplant at some point in your life. And, it's kind of like, your brain goes like,
yeah.
what?
How was that for you when you heard that?
Well, back then, 10 years ago, I was like, sure, that's far, far away. That's decades away.
Right.
So at that point, like, I didn't really think anything of it. I mean, it's like, sure. I mean, I guess that's maybe going to happen. That is something that is going to be part of my life. And now here we are. It's been a decade and we're there.
Wow. Wow.
Natalie, I think you kind of know how I look at life pretty positively. And I'm knocking on wood that I can keep looking at life that way. Cause
yeah, for sure.
This is a crazy thing. This is a big deal. And I understand that I have it better than a lot of people. I'm still in good spirits. I'm still happy and healthy.
Right.
I know that can switch very quickly, but I look at this, I don't know, I kind of feel silly, honestly, but I'm like, it's just part of the beautiful patchwork of life. It's like this is what makes life special, right? Like this is something that I get to go through and that I will overcome. Again, knocking on wood, that I will overcome. And that's to me part of what makes life beautiful, right? Is it's not all easy. It's not all.
It isn't. Man, I wish I had that all the time too. Like that's like when you're in the shit storm, if you can be like, what am I going to learn from this? Like I'm going to learn from and good is going to come out of every difficult situation. Like that is beautiful for sure.
100%.
Yeah. 100%. So you had the little emergency surgery. I don't know if it was an emergency this last fall.
Yeah.
And then tell us a little bit about that.
Yep. So emergency, it wasn't necessarily an emergency. It came on really quickly.
Yes, quickly. Okay.
Because, they're like, hey, your kidney function is dropping and it's dropping pretty precipitously. So we want to get this, what they call in my arm, it's called a fistula. And they said, we want to get this implanted, created, I guess is the right word. Because they were thinking and still are thinking that I'm going to need dialysis very soon. So this surgery that we did in my wrist, it's not like you get the surgery and you can use it for dialysis. It takes 3 to 4 months to mature enough in order to be able to be used for dialysis. So it was probably 2 months ago that I finally got the go ahead. Hey, when you need dialysis, you can use your fistula.
Okay.
If the fistula is not there or not ready, what they do is they go through your chest and they put in a chest port for dialysis, so they can still do it and save your life. But then you're dealing with kind of an open wound. You can't go swimming or hot tubbing. It's prone to infection because it's this tube that's just sticking out of your chest. They want to avoid that at all costs. So it was emergency in terms of, hey, we need to get you prepared to be ready for dialysis.
To be ready. Okay. And so now, so they don't put a port on the fistula.
Nope. I know. I wish I could show it off, but obviously
I know. And I wish everyone could feel it because it's like an electric current.
I'm happy to play show and tell for anyone who's listening and you want to meet in person. I will let you feel and listen to my fistula. But what they do, so they took one of my arteries. Arteries are coming from the heart, right? They're deeper down. You normally can't feel or hear the blood that's pumping through them. They're deeper in your wrist. Fistulas, they can place them anywhere in your arms. There's 3 places in your arms. They decided they were going to do it it's a distal fistula, which is down on my wrist area. So lower on my arm. They decided they were going to do that, and they took one of my arteries and they braided it in with a surface level vein. And so that took away up close to, it's about a third of the blood supply to my hand. So I still get about 2/3 of the same blood supply that I was always getting to my hand. There's a chance you can get, can't remember the name of it's some syndrome where your hand would be really numb all the time. And if you get that, then they would have to go in and fix things because they don't want that. Luckily, that didn't happen to me.
Yay.
And they braid your artery into your vein. And over the next 3 or 4 months, that surface level vein, which are heading to your heart, right, gets thicker and thicker walled and bigger. So that way I have now, it's still a vein because the blood's going towards my heart, but it looks and feels much like an artery here on the surface of my skin. So it's an access point for the big old needles that have to go in for dialysis.
Okay, so they'll just take a needle straight into that vein now.
Yep. Well, it's 2 needles because they have to have an in point and an exit point for all of my blood to be filtered when I would need to go on dialysis.
Okay. And where are you right now as far as dialysis?
I sit right at 12-13% kidney function. Most people need dialysis between 8 and 15% kidney function. Everyone's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'm 100% definitely in that window. Again, very stoked that I don't need dialysis. It's a life-changing, it's a life-saving thing.
Yes.
But it's also a life-changing thing.
Absolutely.
Bradley's my husband, for those of you that don't know. We did go to the dialysis clinic. I was referred over there, and we went and I sat in the chair and I met with who will be my dialysis care partner. And to kind of learn the ins and outs of what it looks like.
And how did you feel? Did you still feel hopeful after that, or was that
I gotta be, it was, Natalie, I look at everything like an adventure. Even taking the garbage out, I like create a game in my head and I gamify it.
Have you always been like that? I didn't know that.
Always is maybe pushing it, but for my adult life, I want to feel good about things in life, and I want to be positive for myself. I know how self-healing that is, but I also want to rub that off on other people. So I had a grasp early on in my life that being a positive person is not only good for me, but it's good for other people. And I want to bring that light to people. It's not always easy. I get upset, I get sad.
Yeah.
But I make conscious decisions within myself to try and make things easier and more fun. And why not make taking the garbage out a good time?
Why not? We get one life. Let's make it fun.
Right.
So on one of your videos, you mentioned, and I was like, oh, I can totally see that. You're like, I feel like an imposter. Mm-hmm. Like, I need a kidney. I'm doing some videos to reach out to people, but I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm good. I'm vibrant. I'm traveling. I'm enjoying life, that kind of thing. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Oh gosh, it's so real. It is so real feeling like an imposter. I feel bad kind of asking for a kidney. I mean, this is one of the many diseases that people can have that's an invisible disease. You don't realize I'm going through it just as much as anyone else with whatever diseases they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And that's part of my thing is I can still travel. I can still I'm not bound by a dialysis schedule yet. And so I feel bad because I'm like this healthy feeling and I feel great, which is very great at my kidney function too. I feel good. I look good. I'm meaning I look
you're adorable.
Yes, whatever. Thank you.
Well, side note, we were on a board meeting one time and Andrew was driving and it had the side view of him and he had his sunglasses on and it was sunny and I took a screenshot of him and sent it to him. Like, look at you.
Well, going through a major health challenge helps out a little bit with that. It puts things in perspective and it's like, what is important in life? And this is, you hear this so much through life, but this one body is the one body I get. This is my temple and I need to take care of it. And so, whether it was just good lighting that day or some of the better health practices I have started to incorporate within my daily routine.
Yeah, you're not drinking, you said.
Yep.
You run 2 miles a day.
Yep.
You make everything fun,
Uh-huh.
full of joy, and
I am not going vegetarian. My husband has recently gone vegetarian, I think in
really?
support of my journey. Meat and protein is not bad for me.
Yeah.
But I recently met with a nutritionist who said that we don't say you should be a vegetarian. However, the proteins in meat are harder on your body. And so as you are dropping in kidney function and wanting to eliminate as much as that struggle and as much or eliminate all the things that harm your kidney, eating meat is one of those things you can limit because it's just that's harder to break down than vegetable or bean protein or whatever else have you. So
right.
Another thing I've started doing is just being mindful about what I eat. I would miss chicken and hamburgers way too much to go vegetarian, but it's not what I have every meal.
Yeah. And you guys like to cook, right?
And we like to cook, yes.
Oh my gosh.
And it's been fun. I made some cauliflower steaks the other night.
Cauliflower steaks?
Oh, Natalie, they were incredible. I'll have to give you the recipe. The rub I put on the cauliflower, it was amazing.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But it has kind of opened my idea or my mind to other ideas out there other than, okay, we got to have a protein, we got to have a vegetable, we got, and dessert. What do we have in there?
Right.
It's, more like, hey, what can I do? What do we have in the fridge that is healthy for me? I also have to think of low potassium. So a lot of the things that are really good for people, like kale and broccoli and avocado and bananas, are very high in potassium. So I can eat those, but I need to limit those. So my diet is weird. That's kind of one of the biggest things I have to deal with is what I'm eating. I need low phosphorus, low protein, low potassium, low salt.
I was going to say salt is probably another one too.
The biggest detriment to anyone with kidney problems or to kidney function in general is high blood pressure. One of the biggest things that cause high blood pressure is a high salt sodium diet. And so for years I don't eliminate salt from my diet, but I don't add it to recipes. I don't add it to meals after I make it.
Right.
So I am heavy on peppers and other spices because I still need my food to taste delicious.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What I lean on.
Well, that's super fun. And so how has Bradley done with all of this as your partner in life and all of that?
I'm so lucky to have Bradley.
What do you love about Bradley the most?
Say that again.
What do you love about Bradley the most?
I would say Bradley brings such a positive light. He is a team player on me, no matter whatever I need, he's all about it. So he is a person that is going through the transplant system to see if he can be a donor for me for a kidney. He's changed his diet for me. And Bradley also works in healthcare. And so that, while I did not marry him for his nursing degree, it is very nice that I have a partner that understands everything I'm going through. And when we go to a doctor and they say this, that, and the other thing, and I'm like, what the heck is that? He's like, I got you, babe. And so to have a partner who just is in the industry and knows what it takes, and to have a care partner who's going to make these big life changes, especially when it comes to your health and the way that you eat, it's really nice to have someone who's along there with you, to do it with you. It makes it that much easier. And he's doing it with me.
That's great. That's awesome. That's so awesome.
To have
I'm so glad. I've met Bradley a couple times, but I know you've always talked so wonderfully about him. And going through something like this, life always has some twists and turns. It could be the beginning of our life, the middle, or the end, but there's always twists and turns. And when you have somebody in your life that is there as a partner, that is amazing. So let's talk about the donor side of things. Because when I heard about it, I was like, this community loves Andrew, and we're going to find Andrew a kidney. Like, we're doing this. I filled out the form to be a donor. Are you frozen? Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I can hear you. I still have you.
Okay. Perfect. But tell me a little bit, because I believe you told me before, when you'd get a kidney transplant, your blood type and lots of things had to be very specific. But it seemed like we talked and you said technology is advanced. And so there's more people available. Like, is blood type like very specific? Tell me about that.
So through this process, I've learned a lot, right? So a potential kidney donor for me, that kidney will get ranked from a 0 to 100.
Okay.
0 being the best kidney, 100 being the worst kidney. That scale is different for everyone, right? Depending on what they need. And so blood type is important.
Okay.
And so they do want it to be the same blood type.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be. So when I was talking to the surgeon a couple weeks ago, he said, you talking about me, he goes, you're in what we call the 95th percentile. So because you're young, because of your health, because of certain factors, we want you to get the best kidney. Because you're younger, we need it to last as long as possible. And so what that means is we need you to get a kidney with a better score, or a score closer to 0.
Okay.
And so he said in the first couple of years, and just for a little bit of a fact, my blood type, O positive, they say you might be on the transplant list for about 5 years before you find a random donor, which is why I'm hoping to find a known donor. And so because of that, they say after, for the first 2 or 3 years, they keep the scope in really tight. So they're looking at the same blood types, kidneys that are within a few hours from here with younger people, because they're going to have a little bit more longevity with them, right? If I'm on the kidney list longer, after 2 or 3 years, they start widening that scope a little bit. And so after 2 or 3 years, that's when they go, okay, well, maybe we look at other blood types, because they can give me medicine that tricks my body into thinking that kidney is the same blood type.
Okay. So the answer is kind of yes and no.
Yeah, they don't want to have to do that. But if someone's been waiting for years, they're like, okay, we have to widen the net a little bit.
Right. How many kidney transplants are there daily or annually? Do you even know?
I mean, it's astounding. I don't know the number. I mean, I could Google it really quick, but 1 in 8 people are dealing with some sort of chronic kidney disease in the United States.
Whoa. That's a lot.
It is a lot of people. And it's one of the reasons that anything with kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, is the only thing, as far as I know, that can be covered by Medicare before age 65, because so many people deal with it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So O positive.
Yeah.
Now I don't know anything. Like, I've heard about all the blood types, blah, 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 and it's gone in one ear and out the other. Is that a unique one, or is that a very common one?
It is. So you would think this is a good thing. It's actually a very common one, right? Okay. O positive is the most common blood type. So you're like, great, that's going to get me more opportunities to get a kidney. It actually means the opposite. Because it's the most common blood type, the majority of people who need a kidney are O positive. And so that's why the O positive blood types are technically on the wait list the longest.
Okay.
They say an average of 5 years.
Okay.
The way the list works, though, is it's not like, oh, I just got added, I'm at the bottom of the list. It's not quite like that. There's a bunch of factors they take into account. And so, like I said, they want me to get that best kidney. So I got on the list officially, less than a month ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I was going through the meetings leading up to that, they were telling me average of 5 years. And they go, but I did have someone a couple years ago get on the kidney list, and 2 weeks later they got a call because they had the perfect kidney showed up for them.
Wow. Yeah.
So a needle in a haystack, a miracle could happen. But because I am O positive, it's likely that I would be on the list for up to 5 years.
Okay. And so now that you're officially on the list, which is step 1, right? do you have to stay in town?
No, they say one of the things they want throughout this is that I stay happy and positive and I don't slip into depression. It's really easy, they say, for people going through this and waiting to slip into depression. And so they're like, keep your community, keep your travel plans, do what you can that fulfills your life, because we want you to stay happy and live a normal life as much as you can.
Yeah. Okay, that's great.
If I were to get a call that there's a kidney available for me, I have 2 hours basically to get to the hospital. And so they say, go on those international trips, go and do what you want. But they say, what you should do is you should let us know. And we would put you on the list as temporarily inactive. So whether you stayed on the list or not, you're out of the country or you're far away, so you can't get the kidney. But he goes, that way, then we don't call you and ruin your vacation saying, hey, we got a kidney here for you. And then you have to tell us that you can't come.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, right.
So yeah, I still do get to travel. I would just, for those bigger trips, I would go inactive on the list.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Does that make you nervous to do that?
Yeah, right? Because I'm definitely, while they say not to limit my travel, I'm going to limit some of my travel because,
well, you travel a lot.
I do. Yeah. Yes. I'm a travel bug. And so I'm going to be still traveling. I have some trips that I'm already noodling on in my head, but I'm going to be doing way less and doing more local trips. I mean, we got a lot of beautiful places within 2 hours of here that we can go. And we're coming to our summertime here in the Northwest. It's like, this is the best time to spend time here. So
best time. Yeah.
I am hopeful that I'm not on the list for 5 years and that I don't need to really drastically think about that for the next 5 years.
Right.
But it is something I needed to consider, right? And as I'm trying to plan international trips, it's like, if I'm doing international trips, it's not the 3-week trips that I've done before, because I don't want to miss my opportunity.
Right. Right.
If that opportunity comes along.
I know. So. It's such a waiting game. You just don't know. You could cut.
Why I'm hopeful to find a known donor, because then we can plan it.
Right. So, and family sometimes is a good match.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. That's the first thing they say is, do you have any siblings? Check with your siblings. I have one older brother. He is 100% willing to donate. He is not O positive blood type. Which it's kind of, I don't know if it's rare, but typically they're like, oh, siblings, you're going to be the same blood type.
Yeah.
He and I happen to have different blood types. So while he went through the process, he was told no for now. But again, until 2-3 years, if I'm still waiting, they can widen the net and maybe rethink that.
Right. So Bradley's gone through the process.
He is going through the process.
Okay.
He is O positive, which is really cool. How crazy would that be if I have my husband's kidney? It would be like magical and insane. Between the two of us, we don't lose a kidney. It just transfers from one body to the next. And so he
something too on the way back.
Yeah, right. But he still has to go do all those blood tests. He's going to get on it. He hasn't had the time to go and get those done yet. But
so let's talk about that process. So there's an online application you just fill out with your name and contact information and a few questions, basically.
Yeah. It's not a ton of questions to start the process. And then they basically would call you sometime after that to schedule, hey, let's go do a blood test and a urine test. And that's kind of the first step. If they don't find any markers within that, then they'll move you on. I had a few people who early on were willing to do this. And so I started putting the call out for kidney donors before I was technically approved and on the list. And so all those people kind of got to a certain point and then were put on hold, because it is my insurance that pays for them to go do all the testing.
Oh,
and my insurance only lets them go so far until I'm actually approved and on the list. And so now that I'm officially on the list as of 2 weeks ago, coming up on 3 weeks ago, those people were probably getting calls to start moving further on in the process.
Nice. Okay, perfect. And so do they have to go somewhere specific for the blood? Is it OHSU? Is it?
I have chosen to go through the legacy health system.
Okay.
So they the hospital where the surgery will happen is Legacy Good Sam, which is in Northwest Portland.
Yeah.
But if for anyone who lives in Vancouver, you can go to any Legacy system for the majority of all the testing that you would have to do.
Perfect. Perfect.
And so I did a lot of my testing that I had to do here at Legacy Salmon Creek.
Okay. Okay, great. And then, so after they do the blood, and is there a next step if they're looking good to move on?
Yep. It will be a lot of the similar tests that I had to go through to get on the list. Because what they're trying to ascertain with all these tests is they want to make sure that whoever donates a kidney, and they'll never know for sure, but they're going to do their best to make sure that that person won't need a kidney later in life themselves.
Okay.
They don't want to add a burden, another person in the kidney donor system.
So if they're on the border of something they see, then
yes, and there's lots of markers that they will say this person is not eligible. I did have someone in the community who tried, and they were denied due to a previous use of biologics. So there's certain medicines that if you've taken those in the past, you can't donate. So there are a lot of things that make someone not eligible, and doesn't mean they're an unhealthy person. It just means that, well, there's a chance that if they only had one kidney, they're going to have to get a transplant later in life themselves.
Yeah. I love the process and the due diligence that they do. I mean, they would have to. One of my friends and employees, who is actually today, Carla Neal, has been with us for 11 years.
Go Carla, woohoo!
Probably, I don't know if you've met Carla or talked to her on the phone, but she, her daughter, when her daughter was 18, her daughter's close to 30 now, but needed a kidney transplant, and she gave her one kidney. So
that's beautiful. My mom was like, I would donate to you, but she's 73. And so they've told her no.
Darn it.
Right.
Right. So you've got some people in your group that are, willing to go through the process to donate. Of course, the person who is a match that can donate a kidney to you, there's no cost to them.
Yep. Correct.
And covered by insurance. And so have you always been like a donor on your driver's license?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me too. And this is why, we do those things.
Yeah.
Because we never know what's going to happen with life. And it's such a gift to be able to do this, for sure.
It's been incredibly humbling, Natalie, the amount of, people in my circle, and it's not like I've been blind to the fact that I have a large community of support. I do know that, but the amount of people that are like, hey, I'm going to try for you. People there was a girl from high school that I haven't talked to since high school, but I heard my story, and she's like, I'm going to try for you, and it really almost brings you to tears, right? But it's very, very heartwarming and very humbling to these. I mean, it's a big deal for people to want to save my life in that way.
Yeah.
And put them, not on an unhealthy path of life, but puts them at a little bit higher risk in life.
Right.
And that means a lot.
Yeah. What's the recovery time?
It's a lot quicker. So it's about 3 weeks. For the person who donates a kidney, is about 3 weeks.
And let me tell you about a 3-week recovery. This is my take on recovery. Sometimes when people say, I'm going in, I have to have a surgery, I'm like, oh, you are so lucky. And they're like, what? And I'm like, you have nobody to be accountable to. You have the best excuse in the world. You let people take care of you. You just get to take a little break from life, but it's not COVID, right? Like you got a break during COVID, but it's, the world's not going crazy. It's just, you get to just pause your life for 3 weeks and just take some time for you. So,
and you deserve it. Whoever you are, you deserve that break.
Yes, for sure. For sure. So, okay. So we know that there's no cost to them. It's very simple, blood tests, things like that. They're going to make sure you're super healthy. So you're getting like a free physical, you're getting a full workup.
And I will say a couple of things. First, in terms of that full workup, I mean, I got ultrasounds and CAT scans, and I had to do several heart tests to make sure that I was a healthy person. And so I know, I mean, shoot, from top to bottom, I'm pretty clear besides my kidney stuff. And so you would also get that. For anyone who donates, gets that same assurance, right?
Yeah, perfect.
But another thing that's really cool is, let's say someone who's willing to donate, they're willing, but they aren't a perfect match for me. If they're still willing to donate to the system, because guarantee there's someone on the kidney list who they are a match for, then they can still do that. It bumps my wait time from 5 years to more like 6 to 9 months.
Wow.
And that process gives that person a special voucher because they donated a kidney into the program versus to someone specific, that if later in life they ever end up needing a kidney transplant, their wait time is only that 6 to 9 months versus the 5 years ish.
Right.
And so that's another positive of donating the kidney, is you get that voucher.
Yeah.
That if you ever have to go through this, it kind of bumps up your wait time as well.
Perfect. We call that perk it forward, pay it forward, whatever.
But perk it forward. I like it.
Awesome. Okay. So where can people go to, just initially fill out information if they're interested? And to contact you if they have questions. And there's so many people in our community, again, that know you, Andrew, that love you, that you've been a constant in this community. You've given so much, with your joy, your smile, your hugs. It's always so fun to see you. So where can people go?
So the best place to go and kind of learn, if they don't know me and you want to learn about me and my story, and then potentially apply to go through the program, you're going to go, I have a kidney registry website.
Okay.
And so it's nkr.org. So that's NKR stands for National Kidney Registry.
Okay.
So nkr.org / RMK557.
Say that last part again.
R as in Romeo, M as in Mama, K as in Kilo, 557.
Okay.
Those are randomly assigned numbers to me. They don't stand for anything.
Okay.
But so nkr.org / RMK557 will take them to my direct website where they can learn about me. And then if they so choose, to go and apply to be a donor.
Okay.
There isn't necessarily contact information on there for me. So I don't know whether I'm down for, you can include my contact information in this, or I can say it, whatever is easiest.
Yeah, go ahead and say it if you're good with that, and then we'll have it. You can put it.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to email me, it's my first name my last name at Gmail. So Andrew ANDRAW .Gratzer GRATZER @gmail.com.
Perfect. Okay. Great.
Also, feel free to text if you want, 360-852-0665. I'm here to answer questions. Even if you have just questions and you're curious, I am down just to enlighten you on what the process is and what it looks like. And that's enough. Even if you decide not to donate after that, it still means a lot that you reached out.
And I really feel like you mean that too. I really feel like you mean that. And, if you can see Andrew and get to feel his fistula, then it's quite an amazing experience.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so on a fun note, so you sing.
I do. Yeah, not professionally by any means,
right?
But I do love to sing.
Enough to sing at your reception. You and Bradley sang together.
We did. Yeah. Yes. We got some songs dropping here soon, actually, where we're going to both be singing. So you just watch out.
I love it. I love it. So what is your theme song right now for this chapter in your life? Is there a song that gets you through stuff, or you just love to belt out? Or
I should have been prepared on this, but I can think of this one. It is called, isn't it, by, if I can type right. No, let's see. There's so many anthems in my life.
Yeah.
That go on. There we go. His name is Vance Joy. What is like? Oh yeah, there we go. It's called Missing Piece.
Okay.
By Vance Joy. Is just a really good song. it's a great one for my husband and I, but also it just has a lot of positive vibes and good, happy vibes to it.
Awesome. Well, we'll pull it up. We'll link it as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Any last parting words for the community, for what you need, for anything?
You know, keep me in your thoughts, y'all. Like we mentioned earlier, this imposter syndrome is real. And so if you see me out in the streets and I'm looking happy and healthy, you know, that's great. But just know that I am going through a lot. And if you're curious and you have questions, ask the questions. I love talking to people about it. I love showing off my fistula.
He does too. He's like, feel this. And we're like, what the?
What is it? Yeah, right. But I think, you know, just what I need is a lot of positive vibes, a lot of positive prayers, all the good thoughts coming my way, that I find a donor. If I can do all of this before I get dialysis, before I actually go on dialysis, that is the win-win, best case scenario. Dialysis is a life-changing, and again, life-saving, so I have to be grateful for it, thing to go through. But, you know, just quickly, I know we're wrapping up, but it's 4 hours a day, 3 to 4 times a week that I have to sit tied to a machine that then filters out all my blood. And it takes a big toll on your body to go through that. So if I can find, and a lot of energy. So if I can find a donor and get it done before I have any dialysis, that's the best case scenario.
That's the best case scenario. And we're going to help you get there. I know so many people are in line to help you, me as well. And yes, we're sending you everything